Saints and the Cabrillo Conquistadors will meet in the second round of the CIF playoff. Both of these teams with wins last week, Cabrillo beating Verbum Day and Santa Maria beating a tough Torrance team.
Well, that's true, and both of these teams have shown very well in their leagues. Santa Maria is the third-place team, I think, in the Northern League, and Cabrillo, of course, winning the Los Padres League. These teams met once before this year, Cabrillo coming out on the top end of that ball game, 14-13, I think it was. And so we're going to have to see. It was mistakes that beat Santa Maria last time they played, and we'll just have to wait and see if they're able to play errorless ball tonight.
This game tonight could be a story of good news and bad news. The good news is that Cabrillo is one up and knows they can beat this club. The bad news, Santa Maria knows that they lost once already as well. The good news, I suppose, is that Cabrillo coming in here with a 10-1 record, number one seed out of the Los Padres League, undefeated league champions, against a third-place team. The bad news is Santa Maria doesn't play like a third-place team.
Well, that's true. And then another thing is when you lose a ball game, then you know what you have to do to beat a team. When you win it, then you don't know for sure what you have to do the next time. Then you don't make very many adjustments. I look for Cabrillo to come in and play probably the same type of ball game that they've played all year, running the option, Wilson throwing over the middle to the tight end, Duncan, and maybe hitting some wide stuff, maybe out into the flats to Flowers or Sullivan or Morgan or some of the wide receivers. But I don't expect to see Cabrillo's game plan change very much from the last time they played him.
I guess probably if I had two backs in the backfield with almost 2,000 yards rushing, I wouldn't change my game plan much either. On the other hand, Santa Maria coming in with Walker and Lewis, the two big receivers, maybe that's the bad news. The good news is quarterback Mike Ames has not shown much of a passing arm in the season. In fact, the matter is, early in the season when Cabrillo played him the first time, he was awful.
Yes, he was, but obviously he's done better as the season progressed, and I think that's going to be the key to their game. Everyone knows that they have a running game and they can run the ball well, but I think if Eames is able to hit these two big men on the outside with some passes, and they can run with the ball after they get it, then we're going to see a different Santa Maria team.
Well, Ames has certainly matured as the season's come along, and we'll be waiting to see that. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this.
20 ways to eat McDonald's Chicken McNuggets for dinner.
First you pick it up, then you dip it in. Then you lift it up, then you pop it down. Pick it up, dip it in, lift it up, pop it down. Bite, taste, triple dipperoo. Winding up, winding down, carrying through. Stack it to you, pump it to you, nibble, nibble, bite. Dip a little, dip a lot, tasty, tasty, so light. Ooh, sweet and sour, hot mustard, barbecue or honey. Chicken McNuggets.
It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's.
Pick it up, dip it in, lift it up, pop it down.
We make excitement, Showtime excitement.
In November, Showtime makes excitement with blockbuster movies and exclusive original programs you want to see. Harrison Ford stars in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Sam Shepard heads up an all-star cast with all the right stuff. It's all new episodes of the exclusive Robin Hood series. Gallagher is back in Gallagher Over Your Head.
You should have it come. We make excitement.
Welcome once again to Dave Boyd Field on the campus of Santa Maria High School here for the second round of the CIF championship playoffs between the Cabrillo Conquistadors and the Santa Maria Saints. In the middle of the field, the captains for the Conquistadors, number 85, Scott Duncan, and number 8, Fitzgerald Wilson. For the Saints, the captains, number 11, Jeff Jeffrey, and number 85, Tony Lewis. So we're only a couple of minutes away, Ernie, from big action. And the action starts now as the Saints have won the toss and have elected to receive.
This should be a big one, both of them coming off of first-round wins here in the CIF playoffs. Cabrillo last week beating Verbum Day, and Santa Maria beating a good ball club down at Torrance. So this should be a pretty good football game. These teams met once before in preseason, Cabrillo being the victor there, 14-13. So I'm looking for a pretty good ball game here, Gene.
Both of these teams have illustrated that they belong here. As we mentioned in the pregame show, Santa Maria knocking off a big power in the LA area, and Cabrillo making it by Verbum Day. So we'll be back with the kickoff right after these words.
Once upon a time, a scant 105 years ago, there was a little general store beginning to serve the Lompoc Valley. At that time, it was known as G.W. Moore Store. Moore's Department Store has since expanded to provide you with the latest fashions available. The sportswear and dress departments are alive with the collections of fall. For the men, there's a department-wide clearance sale in a grand opening style fashion, all in celebration of the recently expanded men's department. It includes the latest fall lineup. And guys, you'll want to be sure and check out the Allen St. George label by Moore's Department Store. It's tailored and designed to get that second look. Remember, there's greater values at Moore's Department Store and the same friendly service you've been receiving for 105 years. Moore's Department Store in downtown Lompoc.
It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's. It's a good time for the great taste. Gotta get a bite. Gotta get going to just one place. Got a McDonald's appetite. It's a good time for the great taste. It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's. Let's go!
Ryan Grant set now to kick off for the Conquistadors. Number 21, Fred Phillips back deep to receive. The kick taken by Robert Brewer. Brewer having trouble finding the handle. That'll be 1st and 10 for the Saints at their own 20-yard line.
Saints will take over the ball, resting on their own 20-yard line.
Well, Brewer with a little jitters right there at the beginning, but I'm sure he's over them. Then he got it after he picked the ball up, able to get it back to the 20-yard line. So the Saints starting 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
Starting at fullback, number 34 is Robert Brewer. The tailback, number 30, Wayne Dudley. The quarterback is Mike Ames. That's Dudley. Penalty flag on the play. Dudley loses the handle, picked up by Brewer.
And we get a clip call against Santa Maria. So the Saints with a couple of mistakes here early in the ball game. This will be a clip call against Santa Maria.
Wayne Dudley hit hard at about the 22, fumbled it forward. Brewer covered it, but we're going to back up. Into the ball game for Brewer comes Robert Caceres. Ed de Guzman now into the ball game for number 31, Eric Walker. The penalty will move the ball all the way back to the Santa Maria 10-yard line. And we'll have now 1st and about 22 yards for the Santa Maria Saints.
First down, 20 yards to go. 1st and 22.
Give up the middle to the fullback, number 40, Robert Caceres.
Ball is cleared by number 40, Robert Caceres.
Caceres gets maybe a half a yard. It'll be 2nd down. Tight end is Steve Lopez. Wide receivers to the right for the Saints. Aims to throw. Over the middle is taken by the big man, number 85, Tony Lewis. Lewis dragged down by Mike Marcelli.
Marcelli didn't play that very well. Lewis came at him, put a little move on him, and actually Marcelli went for the fake and let Lewis get away from him. And Tony Lewis can be dangerous across that middle.
So it's 3rd down now and about 7 yards for the 1st down. The ball at the 25. Phillips in motion. Quick pass is out to Phillips. And Phillips up to the 30-yard line. Out of bounds. So the quick pass, Phillips able to avoid the tackle and moves to the 1st down.
Well, he went right through 2 Cabrillo defenders that time, and I think each one thought the other one was going to make the tackle. Consequently, he got up and got enough for the 1st down, or at least close enough for a measurement. So both teams really, Gene, not starting very sharp tonight, offensively or defensively.
Coming after a short holiday, it's a first down for the Saints. They started to say, coming after a bit of a holiday when the kids get to relax a little bit, it might be a little bit tough for them to get up right here at first, but it'll all come back to them quickly.
Ball is now resting inside the...
Wide receivers to the right. Ed de Guzman, number 23. Number 85 is Tony Lewis. It's Brewer and Phillips in the backfield along with Ames. It's Phillips, the tailback.
Knocked down by number 35, Tower Davis.
Tower Davis that time on a good play to shut down the middle because he had some running room that time, Gene.
The gain is to the 35-yard line to pick up a 4. It'll be second down and 6 for the Saints. Pitch once again to Phillips. And Phillips up across the 40 to the 45-yard line. And a couple of conquistadors limping and lying about. Brian Grant on the turf still. Terry Brantley limping about. Maybe he's re-injured that ankle.
Made the first hit, Brian Grant.
Well, somebody had Phillips in the backfield, and when they went to make the tackle, ducked their head. It was Tower Davis ducked his head. Phillips jumped right over top of him, and then for the big gainer. So, with 9 minutes, 19 seconds left to play in the first quarter, we'll be back after this.
Discount Furniture of Lompoc discounts quality major brand new furniture and mattresses 365 days a year. There are 6 reasons why you'll always save money. No fancy showrooms. No high-paid executives. No fancy fixtures. No expensive equipment. No home office to support. And no commission salespeople. Beautiful name brand furniture at discount prices. Visit Discount Furniture, 908 North 8th Street in Lompoc. Medical Center Pharmacy is much more than your average pharmacy. Art Smith, the owner, is concerned about the health and care of each individual customer. That's why free consultation is given with each prescription. Art was the pioneer of computerized records, instrumental to bringing generic drugs to Lompoc. Medical Center Pharmacy carries a complete line of physician's formula, the hypoallergenic cosmetic that will pamper and protect your delicate complexion. Yes, there's still free delivery and blood pressure monitoring that was made possible in part by the Knights of Pythias. Drive through Medical Center Pharmacy, 616 East Ocean Avenue.
First quarter action, 9 minutes and 15 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. It's 1st and 10 at their own 45 for the Saints. To the fullback, Brewer. Brewer crashes up to the 49-yard line. It'll be second down and 6.
43, Scott Duncan.
So far in the ball game, Gene, Santa Maria able to do exactly what they want to do now offensively against this conk defense.
To Guzman and Lewis, the wide receivers. The pitch is back to Dudley. And Dudley tackled for a loss on a nice swarming defensive play. In the play, number 85, Duncan, 33, Steve Pyro. The ball clear back to the 46-yard line, a loss on the play.
The man that made that possible, though, was number 20, Mike Marcelli, because he was kind of had a shade block, kept shading out to the outside, and made them turn up inside so that the linebackers could get over and make the tackle.
It's third down and about 9 for the Saints. Tailback, Dudley, and Tower Davis with a shoestring tackle kept Dudley from going a long ways. They bring up a 4th down, the ball at the 45-yard line, 4th and 5, right at midfield. The punt by number 44, Isidro Ordonez. rolls out of bounds at the 20-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Cabrillo. And I thought Cabrillo dodged an offsides penalty on that play.
Well, I did too, but then I stopped and realized he lines up about 3 or 4 yards off the line of scrimmage, so he starts moving quick. But he didn't cross the line. The head linesman was standing right there watching him.
So it's 1st and 10, the 21-yard line for the Conquistadors. Their first opportunity to put the ball in play with 7.5 minutes here remaining. In the first quarter, I guess I should add that. Wide to the left goes Deal and Sullivan. Davis in motion. Wilson, the pass on first down has it out to number 18, Timmy Morgan, and Timmy Morgan is going the distance. Timmy Morgan on the rollout pass from Tawa Davis, and I don't see any yellow. So on the first play from scrimmage, the Conquistadors pull one out of the bag, and Timmy Morgan goes 79 yards for the touchdown, and Cabrillo leads it by a score of 6-0.
That was actually a screen pass that they set up that time, and Santa Maria didn't react to the screen very well.
Snapping the ball for the Conquistadors, John Roberts holding the ball.
Mike Sullivan to attempt the point after, and now we have a penalty flag.
With the attempt at the point after, but there is a flag.
An offside call will go against the Conquistadors, so they'll try the kick from 5 yards further back. Offside on the Conquistadors, so Sullivan will try the kick now from the 15-yard line. And as I run that play over in my mind, Ernie, Fitzgerald Wilson awful close to being tackled from behind before he loosed the ball. Mike Sullivan. Sullivan's kick is good, and with 7 minutes, 14 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, it's the Conquistadors 7 and the Saints nothing. We'll be back.
Come to Shell for the answers to the secret of a long car life. Jim Robertson Shell of Lompoc. Jim offers a complete service center for everything to do with your car. There's full and self-service available to help save you money. And the new high-octane gasoline SU 2000 Super Unleaded is available. It's so unique, it's patented. The qualified and well-trained mechanical staff will assure that your car lives a long life. So stop in your Shell dealer. Jim Robertson Shell, 1000 North 8th Street in Lompoc.
This clock's been in my family 100 years. United Van Lines moved it over 1,000 miles without a scratch.
Nice going, United.
United's pre-planning guide really got us organized. Our furniture and paintings for my one-woman show all arrived on time.
Nice going, United.
When we got transferred to Milwaukee, United gave us all the facts about schools, taxes, utilities, everything.
And my stereo got here in great shape.
Call your United agent and see why everyone says...
Nice going, United.
With 7 minutes, 14 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, 79-yard pass play from Fitzgerald Wilson to Tim Morgan has put Cabrillo out on top, 7-0. So Santa Maria started their first offensive possession with a bad break, a clipping penalty, and Cabrillo comes right back and gets the good play on the short screen pass to Timmy Morgan. And he had the sidelines wide open after he crossed the 35-yard line. So Brian Grant now once again to kick off, back deep, number 21, Fred Phillips. Back with Phillips, number 34, Robert Brewer, and number 30, Wayne Dudley. Short kick. At the 20, it's Brewer. Brewer brings it up to the 35-yard line before being brought down by number 26, Timmy Smart. And it's 1st and 10 for the Saints.
Saints will take the ball over. Ball is resting on their own 35-yard line.
Eric Walker wide to the right. In at tight end is Lewis, Brewer, and Dudley, the backs in the backfield. To give us to the fullback, Brewer. And he's a strong fullbacker, and as he moves across the 40-yard line.
Well, I remember him from the last fall game, and he had a good night against the Conks when they played him early in the season.
6-yard gain for number 34, Brewer. It'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Saints. The fullback, or the tailback rather, Dudley. Wayne Dudley up across the 45. It's 1st and 10 for the Saints at the 48-yard line.
We get word that Atascadero scored a touchdown in his first possession.
So, right now, Gene, the offensive line of Santa Maria is beating the defensive line of the Conks off the ball almost on each snap.
That has been the strength all season of the Santa Maria Saints. Pitch to Dudley. Dudley able to get 1 or 2 before being dragged down. First contact by Terry Brantley. It'll be 2nd down.
Announcement just made here. Atascadero scored on their first possession, and their game was Lompoc. So apparently they're on top at least by 6.
2nd down, 9 for the Saints. The ball at the 49-yard line. Mike Ames wants to throw. Ames has no receivers, has to tuck it in, and gets across midfield to the Cabrillo 49-yard line.
They called it dead way back. He said his knee touched way back, Gene, about the 42-yard line.
So Mike Ames, eluding the tacklers, went to one knee, and I thought that was a great effort by Ames.
That was a good scramble that time by Ames. Unfortunately, his knee hit.
They're down for the Saints.
Good coverage that time, though, in the secondary for Cabrillo.
So loss of 6. It's 3rd down and 15 for the Saints. Dudley, the tailback. Dudley knocked down by Tower Davis at the original line of scrimmage, the 48-yard line. Pick up a 5, but it'll be 4th down. Fourth and about 9.5 for the Saints. Back deep to kick is Isidro Ordonez. For Cabrillo, Vincent Flowers, and Kenny Walton. Walton at the 20-yard line. Walton up to the 30, a 10-yard return, and it's 1st and 10 for the Conquistadors at their own 31-yard line. So they're 10 yards closer than their last possession.
Well, Gene, like I said, even though they were able to stop that drive, this offensive line of Santa Maria is just blowing off of the ball, and it's just a good play of the linebackers and the backs that are actually stopping Santa Maria from getting the big gains right now.
Morgan and Dio wide to the right as Kenny Walton comes in motion. The give is to Davis.
Rod Davis, the ball carrier.
Davis with about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6.
82, Mark Bachman, and assisting him was 11, Jeff Jeffrey.
We'll give him 3 on the carry, so it'll be 2nd down and 7 yards. The second possession, first carry for any back. Cabrillo on top here in the first quarter, 7-0. As Timmy Smart and Tim Morgan come wide to the right. Walton once again in motion. Fitzgerald Wilson over the middle once again to Tim Morgan. And something of a late hit by number 41, Chris Rodriguez, as Morgan moves the ball just shy of the 40-yard line.
So it'll bring up a 3rd and about 1. And Morgan, making sure he caught the ball, went to his knees. If it hadn't been for that, again, he had some running room ahead of him.
Morgan moved very well into that clear zone just right behind the offensive line of scrimmage, and Fitz Wilson, with a good head, good eyes, caught him for the second completion of the night. Wishbone with Brantley at fullback. The give is to Marcelli. Marcelli leaps across the 40-yard line for the first down.
Now,
1st and 10, Cabrillo.
I've noticed that after that last play, Fitzgerald Wilson came up limping badly, and he's still limping around, so it's going to be interesting to see now how long he's going to be able to go in this ball game.
2.5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Cabrillo leads it 7-0 as Smart and Morgan go wide to the left. Scott Duncan at tight end. The quick pass once again to Morgan. He's wide open in the left flat. And once again, Timmy Morgan's got some room to run. Finally dragged out of bounds by number 40, Robert Caceres.
Well, all Morgan is doing is taking a step toward the line of scrimmage and taking about 2 steps back. And actually, it isn't a screen because nobody gets out there in front of him. They're just giving him the ball and getting him to run fast. And Coach Barney Eames, picking up on this, has called a timeout. And we'll be back with the final 2 minutes and 4 seconds of the first quarter, with Cabrillo leading 7-0 after this.
Minuteman Medical Supply provides you with a complete selection of hospital supplies and equipment for convalescing at home. Equipment that is designed for the comfort of the patient and convenience of the family. 4 major brands of wheelchairs are available for your selection: Theradyne, Everest and Jennings, Invocare, and Stainless. For rentals, sales, and service, consult with Minuteman Medical Supply Company at 1501 East Chestnut in Lompoc.
20 ways to eat McDonald's Chicken McNuggets for dinner.
First you pick it up, then you dip it in. Then you lift it up, then you pop it down. Pick it up, dip it in, lift it up, pop it down. Bite, taste, taste, triple dipperoo. Winding up, winding down, carrying through. Stack it to you, pump it to you, nibble, nibble, bite. Dip a little, dip a lot, tasty, tasty, so light. Ooh, sweet and sour, hot mustard, barbecue or honey. Chicken, 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 chicken McNuggets.
It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's.
Pick it up, dip it in, lift it up, pop it down.
2 minutes, 4 seconds remaining. Cabrillo on top by a score of 7-0 here at Dave Boyd Field in Santa Maria. It's 1st and 10 at the Saints 40-yard line. On the option, Davis. Davis driven out of bounds.
Pushed out of bounds by number 22, Pete Winters, and number 40.
Pete Winters making first contact. The gain up to the 35-yard line to pick up a 5 for Rod Davis. That's only 6 offensive plays for the Conquistadors here in the first quarter. 3 pass plays and 3 running plays. They lead it 7-0. Smart to the left, Morgan to the right. Walton in motion. The give off tackle to Davis, and Davis down to the 32-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and about 2.
Good play that time by Rodriguez, the linebacker. Stepped right into the hole that opened up and met Davis after the very short gain.
3rd down and 2 yards for the Conquistadors. The give to Davis, and it's going to be close. Davis right at the 30-yard line.
Line of scrimmage. Mark Rockwood made the hit.
They mark it just short, so it'll be 4th down and less than 1 at the 30-yard line. Terry Brantley comes in. He'll be the fullback in the wishbone. Marcelli and Davis, the halfbacks. It's Rod Davis. Davis plows for the 1st down. It's 1st and 10, Cabrillo. Cabrillo on the march. They started at their own 31-yard line and have steadily moved the ball here in the first quarter.
This has been a good drive thus far for Cabrillo, and if they can move that ball another 10 yards or about another 15 yards, they're well within Sullivan's range for a field goal if they can't get it into the end zone.
Deal and Morgan to the right. Walton in motion. Davis. And Davis hit very hard by number 66, Jim Adams, just as he hits the line. Dewey Erickson in on the stop. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Erickson slid right off of a block by the left guard of Cabrillo, and his first thing he saw was Rod Davis staring him right in the face.
second. On the option. Wilson tucks it under and is across the 25-yard line. And that'll end the first quarter of play with the Cabrillo Conquistadors out on top by a score of 7-0.
We make excitement, Showtime excitement.
In November, Showtime makes excitement with blockbuster movies and exclusive original programs you want to see. Harrison Ford stars in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Sam Shepard heads up an all-star cast with all the right stuff. It's all new episodes of the exclusive Robin Hood series. Gallagher is back in Gallagher Over Your Head.
You should have become. We make excitement.
Once upon a time, a scant 105 years ago, there was a little general store beginning to serve the Lompoc Valley. At that time, it was known as G.W. Moore Store. Moore's department store has since expanded to provide you with the latest fashions available. The sportswear and dress departments are alive with the collections of fall. For the men, there's a department-wide clearance sale in a grand opening style fashion, all in celebration of the recently expanded men's department. It includes the latest fall lineup. And guys, you'll want to be sure and check out the Allen St. George label by Moore's department store. It's tailored and designed to get that second look. Remember, there's greater values at Moore's department store and the same friendly service you've been receiving for 105 years. Moore's department store in downtown Lompoc.
It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's. It's a good time for the great taste. Gotta get a bite. Gotta get going to just one place. Got a McDonald's appetite. It's a good time for the great taste. It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's. Let's go!
They started the second quarter. It'll be Cabrillo's ball. Third down and about 7 yards to go for the first down. The ball at the 25-yard line of Santa Maria.
While we have a moment, mention once again Atascadero on top at Lompoc by a score of 6-0 in the first quarter. And I guess we could say, remember, you heard it here first. Third down and 7 at the just across the 25-yard line, about the 24 of the Saints. Rod Davis in motion. Penalty flag. And Fitz Wilson dragged down for a loss back to the 30-yard line.
This penalty probably going to be against the Conks. We'll have to wait and see. Motion. And it was Rod Davis picked his hand. I think Fitzgerald Wilson actually pulled out from under the center before the ball was snapped. He can do that.
So the Saints will decline the penalty. They'll take the loss back to the, we'll call it the 30-yard line, a loss of 6 for Fitzgerald Wilson. And it'll be fourth down and about 13 for the Conquistadors. The ball at the 30-yard line. It's the first time that Cabrillo hasn't done something that worked. Smart goes to the right. Morgan comes to the strong side. Fourth and long. Wilson to throw the ball. Puts it up for Tim Smart. And Smart not able to make the grab inside the 5. And the ball will go over on downs. First and 10. Santa Maria.
Well, that was unfortunate that they had that loss because they could well have used that 3 points that Sullivan could possibly have put on if they had gained any yardage on that third down play.
So the Saints will take over, the ball resting just short of their own 30-yard line. They trail by 6. Walker comes wide to the right. The give is to Dudley.
Good play again by Tower Davis, the linebacker to the left side for Cabrillo.
Wayne Dudley up to the 31-yard line. It'll be second down and 8. Saints send to Guzman, wide to the right. Tony Lewis to the left. In motion is Dudley. And we have a whistle and a flag before the snap. We have a dead ball penalty motion. So instead of second and 8, we'll have second and 13 for the Saints. So the Saints having trouble with penalties here in the first half.
Well, the Saints had a man in motion and in the back pulled his hand up off the ground, and it was two people in motion at the same time. So that was the call. Guy Graham quick and made it a dead ball call.
The ball back to the 26-yard line. And now the Saints having trouble with personnel. Lewis at tight end now. Ames to throw. And Ames just dumped it off. And quite frankly, I don't think he was intended that pass for anybody.
He was hoping didn't anybody catch it.
He was hoping Lopez would put on a burst of speed, or either that or number 85, Tony Lewis, had come back awful strong and picked that up. But I think he just dumped it off to avoid a further loss. So it'll be third down now and 13 for the Saints. We have to say, Ernie, that Ames, in the couple of pass attempts that we've seen, has shown a much better arm than he did in the first time these two teams met.
Yes, he has.
Third and long for the Saints. The ball at the 26-yard line. Ames to throw again. Looking for number 31, Eric Walker, and he's got him. And Walker finally dragged down at the 21-yard line of the Conquistador. Walker took that ball in at about midfield, and something he's done for him all season, and he's got some speed.
Well, he does, and I was really surprised to see that Sullivan was able to catch up with him, because Walker has blinding speed once he gets out in the open with that football.
53-yard pass play for the Saints gives them first and 10 at the 21. The give is to Dudley. And Dudley meets Mike Marcelli. Falls across the 20-yard line. It'll be second down. Second down and 6. A 4-yard pickup by Wayne Dudley, the tailback. So it's second and 6 with 9:40 remaining in the first half. Give once again to Dudley, and Dudley is inside the 10.
Santa Maria moving the ball well now against the Conks.
Where was the cornerback and the outside linebacker?
Well, he sucked right in, the cornerback did. I didn't see the linebacker, but the cornerback went for the dive play up the middle. Pulled him right out of position.
It's first and goal at the 7 for the Saints. So new life for the Saints. Dudley again. Dudley with great quickness to the hole. Second and goal, Saints.
And as they have all night, that offensive line of the Saints just blowing the Conks off of the line of scrimmage.
Second and about 3.5 for the Saints. It's Dudley and Brewer in the backfield to give once again to Dudley. And Wayne Dudley into the end zone for a Santa Maria touchdown. And with the exception of the long pass play to number 31, Eric Walker, that was Wayne Dudley all the way for the Saints. The attempt for the point after will be made by number 12, Andre Marquez, out of the hold of Mike Ames. The kick by Marquez is up, and it's good. So with 8 minutes, 38 seconds remaining here in the first half, it's the Conquistadors 7 and the Saints 7.
Minuteman Medical Supply provides you with a complete selection of hospital supplies and equipment for convalescing at home. Equipment that is designed for the comfort of the patient and convenience of the family. 4 major brands of wheelchairs are available for your selection: Theradyne, Everest and Jennings, Invocare, and Stainless. For rentals, sales and service, consult with Minuteman Medical Supply Company at 1501 East Chestnut in Lompoc. Discount Furniture of Lompoc discounts quality major brand new furniture and mattresses 365 days a year. There are 6 reasons why you'll always save money. No fancy showrooms. No high-paid executives. No fancy fixtures. No expensive equipment. No home office to support. And no commission salespeople. Beautiful name brand furniture at discount prices. Visit Discount Furniture, 908 North 8th Street in Lompoc.
There you see a portion of the crowd here, and it is a pretty good crowd for following the Conks and for Santa Maria out here. Update on the Lompoc score in the second quarter. Lompoc having scored now leads the Tascadero 7-6. That's in the second quarter.
Kicking off for the Santa Maria Saints is number 12, Andre Marquez. Back deep to receive for the Conquistadors is number 20, Mike Marcelli. Number 21, Rod Davis. Davis at the 11-yard line. Rod Davis up across the 25. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Conquistadors. The ball marked at the Conquistador 26-yard line. Fitzgerald Wilson still limping a little bit as he comes onto the field. Deal and Morgan go wide to the right. Walton in motion. Wilson to throw. Intended over the middle. And it falls incomplete. Intended for number 80, Mike Deal.
Well, Wilson threw that ball behind Deal that time, and Deal tried to make a good effort, made a good effort to try to catch the ball, but the ball was behind him.
It'll be 2nd down and 10. Just over 8 minutes remaining here in the first half. Score tied at 7. The pitch to Kenny Walton. Walton up to about the 30-yard line. It'll be 3rd down.
So now Cabrillo again in a 3rd and long situation, and more than likely Wilson's going to have to throw the ball. And that's something that I don't think the Conks wanted to do a lot of tonight.
First carry by number 23, Kenny Walton. It's 3rd down and about 7. Smart comes left. Morgan to the right. Wilson rolls. Scott Duncan, and Duncan is short of the 35-yard line at about the 34. Pickup of about 5. It'll bring up a 4th down.
We have a flag on the play, and we'll have to wait and see what the call is. It's against Cabrillo, holding. The officials for tonight's game, the referee is Guy Graham, the umpire Jim Fogarty, the field judge is Jack Hoover, and the head linesman Barry Ehrlich. And it was the umpire Jim Fogarty that called that penalty. Santa Maria refused it. It'll bring up a 4th down, and so Cabrillo will be punting for the first time tonight.
4th and about 3 for the Conquistadors. Back to punt, number 55 is John Roberts. Back deep to receive, number 21, Fred Phillips, and number 20, Art Hernandez. Roberts with a nice high kick taken by Phillips at the 30, and Phillips hit immediately and down by number 25, Mike Sullivan, at the 27-yard line.
27-yard line.
It's 1st and 10 for the Saints, and they'll give it another shot from their own 27.
Well, the last time they had the ball, in fact, each time they've had the ball, they moved the ball pretty well against Cabrillo, carrying it all the way down into the end zone the last time they had it.
Eric Walker wide to the left to give us a Dudley. Dudley through a gigantic hole across the 35-yard line. Steve Pyro finally holding on to bring him down.
So about a 9-yard gain, and now every time the Conks run the ball, they're picking up anywhere between 7 and 10 yards. Right up the middle of the Conk defense.
2nd and 1 for the Saints. Dudley again. Same play, the same hole, and the same result as Dudley moves all the way to the 45-yard line. Number 75, James Talamantes, and number 77, Darren Johnson, just doing a fantastic job on the right side of that offensive line. Up the middle to the fullback Brewer. Brewer's down to the Cabrillo 45-yard line, another 10-yard pickup. Maybe 1st down.
Good run that time by Brewer. He was hit at the line of scrimmage, bounced it to the outside, and had some running room. Close enough for the officials to measure. They're going to bring the sticks across.
Cabrillo defensive line just not able to react quick enough to the block. They're being driven off 2 yards, 3 yards before the back even hits the hole, and then it's just a gigantic hole.
One thing they're doing, they're trapping Brantley.
Yes.
Timeout. So now Cabrillo has to take a timeout because Coach Knowles came out on the field when they had the timeout to measure. So we'll be back after this.
This clock's been in my family 100 years. United Van Lines moved it over 1,000 miles without a scratch.
Nice going, United.
United's pre-planning guide really got us organized. Our furniture and paintings for my one-woman show all arrived on time.
Nice going, United.
When we got transferred to Milwaukee, United gave us all the facts about schools, taxes, utilities, everything.
And my stereo got here in great shape.
Call your United agent and see why everyone says...
Nice going, United.
20 ways to eat McDonald's Chicken McNuggets for dinner.
First you pick it up, then you dip it in. Then you lift it up, then you pop it down. Pick it up, dip it in, lift it up, pop it down. Bite, taste, taste, triple dipperoo. Winding up, winding down, carrying through. Stack it to you, pump it to you, nibble, nibble, bite. Dip a little, dip a lot, tasty, tasty, so light. Ooh, sweet and sour, hot mustard, barbecue or honey. Chicken, 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 chicken McNugget.
It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's.
Pick it up, dip it in, lift it up, pop it down.
5 minutes, 47 seconds remaining. The score is tied at 7. Santa Maria took over the ball at their own 27-yard line and have steadily marched downfield here in the second quarter. The give is to Dudley, and Dudley once again through a big hole up the middle, all the way down to the 30-yard line. 15-yard pickup by the tailback, Wayne Dudley. Dudley is 5'11", 177-pound junior. Spot the ball at the 31-yard line where it's 1st and 10 for the red-clad Saints. Dudley. Down to the 18-yard line. The marker at the 17.
Now, Dudley didn't start the last game for Santa Maria, but he came in the second half, and I think that's where they found out that they had a pretty good running back.
And the hole is wide open. It's 1st and 10, the ball at the 17-yard line. Dudley. Penalty flag on the play. Steve Pyro hit Dudley just as he came to the line of scrimmage.
Pyro, there's the flag on the play.
Holding is the call against Santa Maria.
So the first time in a long time something goes wrong with the Santa Maria Saints offense. Ball back to the 32-yard line where it'll be first down and 25.
So Doug Walker or Wayne Dudley getting a little breather taken out of the ball game, and he's been replaced now by number 21, Fred Phillips.
First and long, Ames to throw. Ames looking for Phillips out of the backfield.
Number 21, Phillips was to where the ball was. He was just running around out there aimlessly.
Phillips came out of the backfield wide open for the first 10 yards. So it's second down and 25. This is a position that Saints haven't found themselves in since their first possession, and that is having to struggle for yardage. Second down. The give is to the tailback, Phillips. This time the hole not there as the Conks coming hard. And Phillips dropped back at the 34-yard line. They mark at the 33, a loss of 1.
As well as Eames has thrown the ball tonight, I wouldn't be surprised to see him try to hit probably Tim Hurst or Tony Lewis.
Ames to throw. Out of bounds. A great catch at the 5-yard line and came down with his foot out of bounds.
He was out of bounds. There was no doubt about it. Good pass that time, again by Eames, just threw it a little too long, and that'll bring up a fourth down.
4th and 25. Tim Hurst made a great catch on the ball. He was wide open. He'd have scored if he'd have been in.
So Marquez now will attempt
55 yards. It's at the 40. It'll be a 50-yard field goal attempt. It's a fake. Ames to throw. Ames with 2 receivers at the goal line, and neither one of them open. Number 82, Mark Bachman. Crybabying about an interference call, but he actually interfered with the other receiver, Steve Lopez.
I was going to say, the only person he ran into was his own ball player, and you can't call interference on that.
Actually, I thought Lopez had a chance at the ball had he not been interfered with by his own man. Bachman.
Well, I think that Eames had a lot of running room ahead of him. If he could have just turned upfield and gotten the first down.
So the ball goes over and downs. It's marked at about the 33-yard line. First and 10, Cabrillo. So the Saints offense sputtering after moving steadily from its own 27 all the way down to the 20-yard line.
So with
17-yard line.
3 minutes, 55 seconds left to play in the first half, Cabrillo has to call another timeout as they're confused, and we'll be back with the score tied at 7 after this.
Almost 105 years ago, only 4 years after Lompoc Valley was settled, G.W. Moore's store, now known as Moore's Department Store, began serving the Lompoc Valley. The relatively few items in the general store has since expanded to include the latest fall fashions for men, as well as boys, teens, toddlers, and infants. The collection of sportswear and dresses are complemented by the finest accessories. The linen department offers unique gift items, with emphasis this month on a department-wide clearance sale. Remember, your Moore's charge card makes shopping even more convenient. Creations for You by Moore's Department Store in downtown Lompoc.
3 minutes, 55 seconds left to play in the first half of a tie ball game at 7. The Cabrillo Conquistadors ball, it'll be first and 10 from their own 33-yard line. And as we were saying during the break, Gene, I don't think anybody in the stadium thought he was going to kick that ball.
No, I thought perhaps they had a better chance if they just lined up and went through the drop-back pass. Let Ames try to hit Walker or Lewis across the middle. Big kids, both of them can jump out of the stadium. Both of them with decent speed, and both of them seemingly be able to get wide open all night long. But I suppose that's a lot why we're up here.
Well, I don't know. They had a lot of success at that, and why you would get away from something you're successful at, I don't know.
Deal and Morgan go wide to the right. It's Davis and Walton with Wilson in the backfield. The quick pass to Morgan. Morgan once again with great success on that quick pass. They're covering him one-on-one out there to the 49-yard line.
And to give credit to Fred Phillips, had it not been that he came off of a block out there and made the tackle, Morgan had some running room again.
That's the 4th reception for Tim Morgan here in the first half. 1st and 10, just shy of the 50. The option. Rob Davis. Davis gets 2 or 3. The Saints doing a good job of stringing that wide play out.
They did, and they played the quarterback real well that time, made him pitch the ball, and that's what they want him to do, is pitch the ball. Because when he pitches it deep, so that's a couple more yards you got to catch up.
Davis is over 1,000 yards on the season so far, has fewer than 20 here in the first half. Deal and Morgan to the right. 2nd down and 8 yards for the Conquistadors. Over the middle for Scott Duncan. And Duncan looked like he might have been a little surprised because he caught that ball at the 38-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you, that time Wilson didn't have much time to make any decisions because good pressure was put on that time by 82, Mark Bachman, and 85, Tony Lewis. Wilson took a pretty good shot after he released that ball.
So Duncan with his 2nd reception picks up 5. It'll be 3rd down and about 3 at the 43-yard line for the Conquistadors. A big 3rd down play here with Smart and Morgan to the left. Davis in motion. Wilson's pass intended for Rod Davis falls incomplete. It's 4th down and 3 at the 43, and I think they'll probably have to kick this one away.
Well, that was Dewey Erickson that time putting the pressure on, but then Davis came back and made a pretty good block off him to give Wilson a little time to throw that ball. Not very much, though. They're going to go for it. No, Roberts is in there.
John Roberts, 55, will kick the ball away. The Saints, not having any of it, have sent nobody back to field the punt. They don't believe for a minute he'll kick. And the Conquistadors, with 3 people between the ball and the goal line, let it roll in. I can't believe it. They were there doing just that, waiting for the ball to roll inside the 5, and they let it in the end zone.
Well, that's a big mistake that time by the Conch, because they would have had the Saints deep. A good punt that time by Roberts. It did everything that they wanted it to do, except the people that were down under it refused to do their job.
Mark Warden right there waiting for it, and obviously had lost track of where he was on the field. A slight lapse, and it's 1st and 10 for the Saints. Dudley.
6, 7 yards.
So Dudley takes up where he left off the last possession.
They're running right over the middle. They're running over Davis, Brantley,
J.J.
Moore. I guess you call that take it to him football, isn't it?
That's it.
6-yard pickup for Dudley. And it's 2nd down and 4 for the Saints at the 26-yard line. Ames to throw. Looking for Hurst. Just a stride too long. Hurst had number 48, Vincent Flowers, beat.
Well, he had Flowers by about 3 steps, and Flowers wasn't gaining any ground on him either. And as you say, if that ball had been thrown maybe just a half yard shorter, Santa Maria would again been in good shape.
Like a well-thrown ball, and Hurst was wide open. It just didn't hook up. And it's 3rd down and 4 at the 26 for the Saints. Dudley's going to be short. Dudley about a yard short. It'll be 4th and about a half a yard. The ball up the 30-yard line.
Less than a yard to go for the 1st down.
14 carries for Dudley here in the first half so far. Less than a minute to play. Has number 44, Isidro Ordonez, back to kick the ball. The Conquistadors with no one deep. Looking for the possible fake. And the Saints called timeout. They'd hoped to drive the Conquistadors offside, and it didn't work. So with 41 seconds remaining in the half, it's tied at 7.
Discount Furniture of Lompoc discounts quality major brand new furniture and mattresses 365 days a year. There are 6 reasons why you'll always save money. No fancy showrooms. No high-paid executives. No fancy fixture equipment. No home office to support. And no commission salespeople. Beautiful name brand furniture at discount prices. Visit Discount Furniture, 908 North 8th Street in Lompoc.
41 seconds remaining. A tie ball game at 7 here in the first half as Ordonez to kick the ball. Ordonez with a short kick. Brian Grant lets it roll. It hits at the 38-yard line and rolls dead at the Cabrillo 32. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Conquistadors with half a minute remaining in the half.
And a good discipline that time by the defense or the punt return team for Cabrillo, because they all held their ground and wouldn't jump off sides, causing Santa Maria to have to call a timeout, which really didn't make that much difference anyway with 30 seconds left to go here in the ball game in the first half.
So it's 1st and 10 at the Conquistador 32-yard line. Morgan and Deal to the right. That's the weak side with Duncan at tight end. It's Rod Davis. And Davis maintains his balance up. Number 43 for Santa Maria, Scott Smith, stuck out an arm and tripped him up. And the Conquistadors called timeout with just 3 ticks left on the clock.
Well, here again, now there's a case of the Conquistadors being a little rattled there. Wilson thought somebody else had called timeout. Somebody thought Wilson had called timeout, and nobody did, and about 8 seconds rolled off of that clock.
So with 3 seconds on the clock, you have 2 strategies. Ernie, which do you choose? You just go into the line, hope that you can get a bit of yards without turning the ball over. You crank it up, throw it downfield, maybe get the touchdown, or maybe risk the interception. It could be turned into a defensive touchdown.
Well, I think that at the halftime, you know, with a half of football left to play, I'm sure they're going to try to do something tropical and get it in the end zone. But I have been wrong.
I don't believe it. Not for a minute. Coach Ed Knowles, the offensive coordinator for the Conquistadors, now going off the field. It's 2nd down. 4 yards for the first down, which is meaningless now. Kenny Walton. And Walton up to midfield. And that play will end the first half with the Saints and the Conquistadors knotted at 7. We'll be back with halftime statistics right after this.
It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's. It's a good time for the great taste. Gotta get a bite. Gotta get going to just one place. Got a McDonald's appetite. It's a good time for the great taste. It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's. Let's go!
We're at halftime, ladies and gentlemen, here at Dave Boyd Field in Santa Maria, California, in a tie ball game. The Santa Maria Saints 7, the Cabrillo Conquistadors 7, and here's Gene Lynch with some first half stats.
Well, the statistics in the first half pretty much come out of 2 possessions, the first Cabrillo possession and the third Santa Maria possession for Cabrillo. Their leading ground gainer in the first half was Davis, Rod Davis, but he only had 24 yards, so he's been pretty much hampered. And the leading pass receiver for the Conquistadors, Timmy Morgan, with 117 yards in receptions. Unofficially, Cabrillo with only 46 yards on the ground and 121 yards in the air for a total of 167 total yards. On the other hand, Wayne Dudley, the tailback for the Saints, with 84 yards by himself and a total running game of 117 yards in the first half. They've thrown the ball for 62 yards, but 53 of those came on one play to the big wide receiver, number 31, Eric Walker. So Santa Maria with 179 total yards in the first half. And I thought, Ernie, in the first half, that the Saints controlled the line of scrimmage, both offensively and defensively.
Well, I think they control the football game. The Conks had one big play, their first offensive play of theirs, and then they have seemed satisfied just to rest on their laurels. Not much offense after that.
Bit of a surprise, at least to me, and that is that Kenny Walton has only carried the ball twice in the first half for a total of 15 yards. He's been in motion a couple of times, but basically has been used as a blocker, and that's something that I expect will change in the second half. You can't take a kid like Kenny Walton with about 800 yards on the ground this season so far and hamstring him by not giving him the ball.
Well, that's true, and one thing I haven't really seen what Cabrillo's game plan has been. I don't think we didn't see it in the first half. They threw the ball some. They were successful at it early. They ran the ball a few times, but when you get right down to it, there's never been any basic strategy that they have followed, I don't think, in the first half of this ball game.
Early in the ball game, they did throw the ball in the quick flat pass out there to Timmy Morgan. They threw the ball a couple of other times over the middle, and it looked to me as though they thought they could throw against the Saints, but then just when it seemed to be working, it stopped and they started running the option again, and the Saints have got that option defense.
Well, one reason they have it defense is because they're pretty sure, as we are up here, that Wilson's not going to run that ball. He's hobbling around out there on that bad ankle, and I don't think we're going to see him run that ball very much unless he just has to. We'll be back with the kickoff to start the second half after this.
Art Smith is a pharmacist who believes in innovation. He's the owner of Medical Center, a clinical pharmacy in practice. Counseling is automatic on prescriptions. Art was the pioneer of computerized records. Free blood pressure monitoring made possible in part by Knights of Pythias. Now available, GlucoScan, the world's most advanced personal blood glucose monitoring system. For the purest beauty you have ever known, there's Physician's Formula, the hypoallergenic cosmetic that will pamper and protect your delicate complexion. There's so much more to Medical Center Pharmacy, free delivery, and a drive-up window for the convenience of those that can't leave the car. See the friendly staff at Medical Center Pharmacy, 616 East Ocean Avenue.
Andre Marquez to kick off for the Saints, back deep for the Conquistadors. Number 21 is Rod Davis, number 20, Mike Marcelli. Marquez puts the ball. It'll be Marcelli at the 8. Marcelli curled up and took a hit. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Conquistadors at their own 20-yard line.
I don't know what he was planning on doing there, really. He certainly was indecisive on the return, and not the Mike Marcelli that we usually see running that football.
Mike Deal, Tim Morgan come wide to the left. Walton and Davis in the backfield along with Fitz Wilson. The give on the hand back is to Kenny Walton. It'll be 2nd down.
For the first time in a long time, we saw the Conks that time go from the I formation.
Second down and about 8. Smart and Morgan to the right. On the option. Wilson pushes the ball back. The ball still loose on the turf, and it's covered by the Saints. Santa Maria Saints covering the errant pitch by Wilson. Wilson had decided to run the ball and then wanted to pitch, and by that time, he didn't have the angle or the momentum in the proper direction.
Well,
and it's Saints ball and a big break here with only 10:59 remaining in the third quarter.
Another thing was that Davis had seen him turn upfield, and Davis had actually started accelerating to get ahead of him to throw a block.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line for the Saints. Dudley gets the ball down to the 11. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Tempers flaring just a little bit there.
Wide to the left is Ed de Guzman. Dudley. Wayne Dudley slipped that time or he'd had a lot more. Nice block for Dudley out there by Steve Lopez.
And as you say, had he not slipped that time, he had a little running room because Lopez got a pretty good block on 77 that time of Cabrillo. Kurt Clemens.
The ball just shy of the 10-yard line. It's 3rd down and 8. Hurst at the goal line. Touchdown.
So with 9:41 left to play in the 3rd quarter, Eames to number 85, or to 15, Tim Hurst for the touchdown.
Marcus with the extra point. It's good. The score with 9 minutes, 41 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. It's the Santa Maria Saints now 14 and the Cabrillo Conquistadors 7.
Come to Shell for the answers to the secret of a long car life. Jim Robertson Shell of Lompoc. Jim offers a complete service center for everything to do with your car. There's full and self-service available to help save you money. And the new high-octane gasoline SU 2000 Super Unleaded is available. It's so unique, it's patented. The qualified and well-trained mechanical staff will assure that your car lives a long life. So stop in your Shell dealer. Jim Robertson Shell, 1000 North 8th Street in Lompoc.
9:41 remaining in the 3rd quarter. A big break and a fine pass from Mike Ames to number 15, Tim Hurst. Has put the Saints on top by a score of 14-7. Andre Marquez will kick off. And Rod Davis deep for the Conquistadors. Marcelli at the 5. Mike Marcelli across the 25 to the 28-yard line. It's 1st and 10 Cabrillo. So Cabrillo now, for the first time in this ballgame, going to have to scramble back.
Well, they showed in the first ball game that they can do it. They were down 2 touchdowns in the game early in the season against the Saints. But this is a different Saint ball club that we're seeing here tonight.
Ball at the 27, 1st and 10. Wilson, a quick pass to the tight end. Scott Duncan, and Duncan tripped up by number 21, Fred Phillips, and falls out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
Just shy.
Close to a 1st down.
They were just shy of the 1st down. They mark it just inside the yard marker over there, so it'll be 2nd and a yard for the Conch.
Second down, less than 1. Smart to the right, Morgan to the left. Davis in motion. Kenny Walton, and Walton hit immediately by number 82, Mark Bateman.
He got enough for the 1st down because he was able to fall forward, but that was a good defensive play that time by Bateman.
I guess they pronounce it Bachman here, so we'll correct it with apologies to Mark Bachman on a fine hit on Kenny Walton. 1st and 10, the ball at the 38-yard line. Wilson to throw again to the tight end. And it's Duncan across the 45 and out of bounds at the 48.
So this is going to be close to the 1st down, too, so we'll have to wait and see. They call it 2nd down.
So again, Scott Duncan, the big tight end, number 85. 200 pounds, 6'3". With another 9.5-yard pickup, it's second and less than 1. The ball's loose again. This time covered by the Conquistadors.
So that'll be a loss on the play of about a yard, and that'll bring up a third down, and that time Davis just ran away without the football.
Wilson much slower out of center now with that ankle. You can tell it's bothering him more and more. Terry Brantley now into the ball game. We're going to see that wishbone along with Mike Marcelli. Rod Davis. Mike Deal wide to the right. Rod Davis.
He has the first down all the way up to the 40-yard line. So it'll be first down, Cabrillo. But, Gene, you're right. Wilson just about a step slower than the Wilson that we are used to seeing, and it's throwing everybody's timing off just a bit.
He's having trouble getting to the wide handoff. First and 10 at the 49. The give is to Davis. Davis down to the 45-yard line. He'll pick up a 5. It'll be second down and 5. Second down, 5 yards. Wilson. Quick pass once again to Timmy Morgan, and Morgan has the first down across the 40-yard line. And Timmy Morgan getting rich on that pass in the flat.
I think that time, too, Scott Duncan got a little lucky because I think he clipped that back over there, and it wasn't detected. Good play.
It's first and 10, the ball at the 39-yard line. Mike Sullivan and Tim Smart come wide to the left. Davis in motion. Kenny Walton. Kenny Walton showing that flash through the line of scrimmage. And it's a first down.
A good run that time by Kenny Walton. That's the first time we've seen him run with that kind of authority in quite a while.
They're going to measure. It's close.
So now Santa Maria calls a timeout. Coach Eames wants to get on the field and talk with his team. And we'll be back with the Santa Maria Saints leading the Cabrillo Conquistadors 14-7 after this.
Minuteman Medical Supply provides you with a complete selection of hospital supplies and equipment for convalescing at home. Equipment that is designed for the comfort of the patient and convenience of the family. 4 major brands of wheelchairs are available for your selection: Theradyne, Everest and Jennings, Invocare, and Stainless. For rentals, sales, and service, consult with Minuteman Medical Supply Company at 1501 East Chestnut in Lompoc.
20 ways to eat McDonald's Chicken McNuggets for dinner.
First you pick it up, then you dip it in. Then you lift it up, then you pop it down. Pick it up, dip it in, lift it up, pop it down. Bite, taste, taste, triple dipperoo. Winding up, winding down, carrying through. Stack it to you, pop it to you, nibble, nibble, bite. Dip a little, dip a lot, tasty, tasty, so light. Ooh, sweet and sour, hot mustard, barbecue or honey. Chicken, 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 chicken McNuggets.
It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's.
Pick it up, dip it in, lift it up, pop it down.
6 minutes, 22 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Santa Maria leads in the ball game 14-7. It'll be a Cabrillo's ball, first and 10 from the 30-yard line of the Saints.
Deal and Sullivan come wide to the left. On the option. Wilson has to keep the ball. And maybe got half a yard.
Santa Maria did a good job that time of stringing that option out, and when they final results, there were 5 red shirts around Wilson, and he had no place to go.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And 10 for the Conquistadors. Wilson to throw. Over the middle. Looking for Tim Morgan, and there was interference that time.
He'll be called
Red
on
Phillips
51.
all over his back.
Lonnie Teacott. And that's unfortunate because what really happened was that the receiver slowed up a little bit and Teacott ran right up his back. But you can't do that. So it'll be a big penalty this time against the Saints, and it'll be a first down for the Conks.
Penalty will move the ball all the way to the 15-yard line. Across the 15, we'll call out the 14. It'll be first and 10 for the Conquistadors. Mike Keels, Tim Morgan, wide to the right. And as often as they've completed that pass to Morgan, they still get single coverage out there. Kenny Walton in motion. Rod Davis.
Rod Davis up the middle. Stop is made by Jim.
Davis with a couple. It'll be second down.
Update on the Lompoc Atascadero score. In the third quarter, it's Atascadero 12, Lompoc 10.
Lompoc 10.
Second down and 8 for the Conquistadors. 5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Rod Davis in motion. Wilson on the keeper. And Wilson fumbles the ball away. It's picked up by Jeff Jeffries. Scott Duncan makes a touchdown saving tackle at the Cabrillo 31-yard line.
Jeffries injured on the play. He hurt his ankle being brought off the field. And just when the Conks got it going, it was turned around again on a fumble by Wilson.
I don't know if that was supposed to be a quarterback keeper to catch people off guard, but to me it looked like a busted play. Nothing but red shirts around after Wilson takes the ball to the dive back. So it's first and 10 at the 30 for the Saints. Wayne Dudley. Dudley into the middle of the line. Maybe gets one.
The boos you hear, the Santa Maria fans thought Vincent Flowers was a little over-exuberant on the last play. He got in there before the whistle blew, however.
Pick up of 1 across the 30-yard line. So it'll be second down and 9 from the 29. Dudley. Mike Marcelli this time. Dudley maybe picked up a foot and a half. It'll be third down.
Continue that update at Lompoc late in the third quarter. The score, Atascadero 12, Lompoc 10.
Third down, 9 for the Saints. Ames to throw. Looking for Hurst over the middle. And a penalty flag.
And we're going to get
roughing on Vincent Flowers.
Well, I think we're going to get spearing is really what you're going to get. At any rate, seeing high school ball now, they're going to have to make a decision here because you mark it from the line of scrimmage. So I'm sure they'll decline it because they got about a yard more on the play.
With the pass or with the penalty, they end up in the same place. It's first and 10, Saints. So Hurst has come into his own here in the second half in particular. First and 10 at the 15. The Saints on the move after the big break. The give is to Phillips. Phillips across the 15-yard line. Pyro in on the stop, pick up of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. So fumble recovery and an advance by number 11, Jeff Jeffers, will put the Saints in good order. On the option, the pitch to Phillips. And Phillips is across the 10-yard line, down to the 8.
So that will bring up a 3rd down.
Like to give him progress all the way to the 6.
And about a yard and into the ball game now goes Wayne Dudley and Tim Hurst for the Saints.
Third down and about 1 for the first down. To give this to Dudley, and Dudley is caught in the backfield by Steve Pyro. Pyro knew where it was going.
Well, Pyro rose to the occasion that time, and you're right. I think he just isolated himself on Dudley, and he was going to go get him no matter where the ball went. So that brings up a 4th down.
So it'll be 4th down, a loss all the way back to the 8. Number 12, Andre Marquez, in to try the 25-yard field goal. It's up. And it's no good. Kick is wide to the right. And so the score remains Santa Maria 14 and the Conquistadors 7 with 1 minute, 23 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. We'll be back.
Once upon a time, a scant 105 years ago, there was a little general store beginning to serve the Lompoc Valley. At that time, it was known as G.W. Moore Store. Moore's department store has since expanded to provide you with the latest fashions available. The sportswear and dress departments are alive with the collections of fall. For the men, there's a department-wide clearance sale in a grand opening style fashion, all in celebration of the recently expanded men's department. It includes the latest fall lineup. And guys, you'll want to be sure and check out the Allen St. George label by Moore's department store. It's tailored and designed to get that second look. Remember, there's greater values at Moore's department store and the same friendly service you've been receiving for 105 years. Moore's department store in downtown Lompoc. Discount Furniture of Lompoc discounts quality major brand new furniture and mattresses 365 days a year. There are 6 reasons why you'll always save money. No fancy showrooms. No high-paid executives. No fancy fixtures. No expensive equipment. No home office to support. And no commission salespeople. Beautiful name-brand furniture at discount prices. Visit Discount Furniture, 908 North 8th Street in Lompoc.
1, 2, 3 left on the clock here in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 at the 20 for the Conquistadors. Wilson wants to throw. He's got over the middle. Intended for Timmy Morgan, broken up by number 21, Fred Phillips. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Actually, on that play, Morgan had to turn into a defensive player because Phillips had a good shot at that ball, and Morgan able to get his hand in there and knock it away, or we would have had an interception here.
Fitz Wilson showing more and more here in the last seconds of the 3rd quarter. That bad ankle that's slowing him down so much. His roll only gets him outside the tackle now. On the hand back to Kenny Walton. Walton struggles across the 25 up to the 27-yard line.
Third down now and about 2. And as you say, Wilson hobbling around, not able to get very much outside of the tackles now on that bad ankle.
Mike Sullivan, Mike Deal come wide to the left. 3rd and 2.5. On the option, the pitch is back to Kenny Walton. Fitz Wilson running on one leg that time. Gets the ball back to Kenny Walton, and Walton advances the ball up to the 37-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's 1st and 10 for the Conquistadors.
So as you say, we didn't see much of Kenny Walton in the first half, but it's been all Kenny Walton as far as Cabrillo is concerned here in the second half.
Walton with 21 yards here in the third quarter. Wilson is looking for Tim Smart and has him across the 45-yard line at the 46. And with that 8-yard pass pickup, the third quarter comes to an end with the Santa Maria Saints on top by a score of 14-7.
This clock's been in my family 100 years. United Van Lines moved it over 1,000 miles without a scratch.
Nice going, United.
United's pre-planning guide really got us organized. Our furniture and paintings for my one-woman show all arrived on time.
Nice going, United.
When we got transferred to Milwaukee, United gave us all the facts about schools, taxes, utilities, everything.
And my stereo got here in great shape.
Call your United agent and see why everyone says...
Nice going, United.
Come to Shell for the answers to the secret of a long car life. Jim Robertson Shell of Lompoc. Jim offers a complete service center for everything to do with your car. There's full and self-service available to help save you money. And the new high-octane gasoline SU 2000 Super Unleaded is available. It's so unique, it's patented. The qualified and well-trained mechanical staff will assure that your car lives a long life. So stop in your Shell dealer. Jim Robertson Shell, 1000 North 8th Street in Lompoc.
12 minutes of football remaining here at Dave Boyd Field in Santa Maria. The Conquistadors with a second down and 2, the ball resting at the Conquistador 46-yard line. Cabrillo scored first in the first quarter with 7:14 remaining. A 79-yard pass play, the first offensive play from Fitz Wilson to Timmy Morgan. Dudley scored from 4 in the second quarter, and Hurst scored an 8-yard pass from Ames to put the Saints up 14-7.
Stop made by number 74, New York.
Rod Davis carries the ball across midfield down to the Saints 48-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10.
At Lompoc at the end of the third quarter, the score remains. Atascadero 12, Lompoc 10.
Update on the Lompoc game at the end of the third quarter. Atascadero 12, Lompoc 10.
Wilson on the option, pitches to Davis. Davis down to the 40-yard line. And another Santa Maria Saint down on the field.
Timeout. Official timeout.
Ball marked right at the 40, a pickup of 8 for Rod Davis. With 11 minutes, 22 seconds remaining in the ball game, it's 14-7 Santa Maria, and we'll be back right after this.
It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's. It's a good time for the great taste. Gotta get a bite. Gotta get going to just one place. Got a McDonald's appetite. It's a good time for the great taste. It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's. Let's go!
Discount Furniture of Lompoc discounts quality major brand new furniture and mattresses 365 days a year. There are 6 reasons why you'll always save money. No fancy showrooms. No high-paid executives. No fancy fixtures. No expensive equipment. No home office to support. And no commission salespeople. Beautiful name brand furniture at discount prices. Visit Discount Furniture, 908 North 8th Street in Lompoc.
11 minutes, 22 seconds left to play in the ball game. Santa Maria leads 14-7. the injured player, number 43, Scott Smith, coming off the field, walks off the field rather gingerly, but the way he's walking, I don't think it's a real serious injury.
He found himself at the bottom of a big pile over there as Davis was run out of bounds.
So it'll be second down and about a long yard and a half, give or say 2 yards for Cabrillo at the 38-yard line of Santa Maria.
Deal and Morgan come wide to the right. Quick pitch to Kenny Walton. Walton gets the first down and is across the 25-yard line to about the 21.
That's the 31.
Oh, 31. That's my next guess. Mark it at the 32. Give Kenny Walton 8 yards. It's first and 10. Cabrillo. Give was to Kenny Walton, and the ball is loose on the ground.
They say Santa Maria has it. So another drive there on a mistake, and that's 3.
Kenny Walton couldn't hold on at the 30-yard line, and it goes over again. In the second half, Cabrillo has simply not been able to hold on to the ball. Now, it's cold, but it's cold on both sides.
Yes, it is. First and 10, Santa Maria now. And now we get an official timeout, I think. Now we're ready to go, and we have just under 11 minutes left to play in the ball game.
Just across the 30, it's Dudley. Dudley across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Santa Maria now only has to control the ball, pick up some first downs, and this will put them into the next round of the CIF playoffs.
The winner here going on to play the winner of the Beverly Hills Antelope Valley game, is that?
To Guzman, wide to the left. Give us to Dudley. Dudley gets maybe 1. It'll be third down. They give him 3, so it'll be third down and 1.5. 9:50 remaining in the ball game. On the option, Mike Ames keeps it across the 40 to the 43-yard line. First and 10 Saints.
The Saints in no hurry here. They're going to run some time off that clock on every play. Just grinding it out now.
Eric Walker wide to the right. Dudley, or rather, Phillips, tailback. Phillips got to the 44. They mark it at the 45. Pickup of 3. It'll be second down and 7. Gave you more than they got. Ames to throw. Mike Ames tucks it down and is finally run out of bounds by Steve Pyro at the Cabrillo 49-yard line, a 6-yard pickup.
So that'll bring up a third down now and about 2 for the Saints. Pyro got one of the Saints that couldn't dress out because he was injured, and he took a pretty good lick that time. I think he's ready.
Third down and 3. The pitch is to Phillips. Phillips slowed up by Tyler Davis and put down by Terry Brantley. at midfield, a loss of 1. It'll be 4th down and a long 3 for the Saints.
Plenty of time here for the Conks if they can just hold on to the ball.
Isidro Ordonez back to kick. Flowers and Kenny Walton back to receive. And a roughing penalty as Walton takes the ball at the 23, but it'll be coming back as Tawa Davis crashed into Ordonez and is going to get a roughing the kicker penalty.
And that'll be an automatic 1st down. That was a silly foul. A silly penalty, really.
Didn't take anyone to think very long to call that penalty. And it'll move the ball down to the Cabrillo 35-yard line. Tawa Davis couldn't pull up in time. 1st and 10 Saints. 8 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the ball game. The Saints now definitely in the driver's seat. Dudley runs out of a tackle by Duncan and moves the ball across the 30-yard line to the 29. Be 2nd down and 4 for the Saints. The ball at the 29. 7:45 remaining. Dudley. Scott Duncan stops Dudley after a gain of 2. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, 3rd and 2, and if they don't get it here, they'll try it again on 4th down, but I don't think there'll be any need in trying to.
The timeout on the field, the Saints want to talk this over. So with 7 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in the ball game, it's Santa Maria 14, Cabrillo 7. We'll be back.
Once upon a time, a scant 105 years ago, there was a little general store beginning to serve the Lompoc Valley. At that time, it was known as G.W. Moore Store. Moore's department store has since expanded to provide you with the latest fashions available. The sportswear and dress departments are alive with the collections of fall. For the men, there's a department-wide clearance sale in a grand opening style fashion, all in celebration of the recently expanded men's department. It includes the latest fall lineup. And guys, you'll want to be sure and check out the Allen St. George label by Moore's department store. It's tailored and designed to get that second look. Remember, there's greater values at Moore's department store and the same friendly service you've been receiving for 105 years. Moore's department store in downtown Lompoc.
20 ways to eat McDonald's Chicken McNuggets for dinner.
First you pick it up, then you dip it in. Then you lift it up, then you pop it down. Pick it up, dip it in, lift it up, pop it down. Bite, taste, triple dipperoo. Winding up, winding down, carrying through. Back it to you, pump it to you, nibble, nibble, bite. Dip a little, dip a lot, tasty, tasty, so light. Ooh, sweet and sour, hot mustard, barbecue or honey. Chicken McNuggets.
It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's.
Pick it up, dip it in, lift it up, pop it down.
7:15 remaining. Santa Maria now on the move. They have a 3rd down and a long 2. The ball at the 27-yard line. Give us to the fullback, Brewer. Brewer moves down to the 26-yard line. And it'll be just a hair short. So it's 4th down.
Wonder who's going to get the ball this time.
You don't suppose Tim Hurst, number 15, the wide receiver.
I'm going to put my money on Wayne Dudley.
Wayne Dudley with 25 carries in the ball game. 4th and 1. Dudley. Dudley down to the 21-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Santa Maria. That's that nice play off that right tackle. Salamanders and Johnson on the right side do a whale of a job for the tailback, Wayne Dudley. It's 1st and 10. Dudley again. Dudley is loose. Dudley scores. Jimmy Morgan never saw him coming. Morgan did not react until Dudley was there. So it's now Santa Maria 20 and Cabrillo 7. On the field, number 12, Andre Marquez will try to point after. Marquez has the kick and it's good, so it's 6 minutes and 11 seconds remaining in the ballgame. Santa Maria 21, Cabrillo 7.
Art Smith is a pharmacist who believes in innovation. He's the owner of Medical Center, a clinical pharmacy and practice. Counseling is automatic on prescriptions. Art was the pioneer of computerized records. Free blood pressure monitoring made possible in part by Knights of Pythias. Now available, GlucoScan, the world's most advanced personal blood glucose monitoring system. For the purest beauty you have ever known, there's Physician's Formula, the hypoallergenic cosmetic that will pamper and protect your delicate complexion. There's so much more to Medical Center Pharmacy, free delivery, and a drive-up window for the convenience of those that can't leave the car. See the friendly staff at Medical Center Pharmacy, 616 East Ocean Avenue.
6 minutes, 11 seconds left to play in the ball game. Cabrillo trails now 21-7 after the 20-yard run by Dudley to Santa Maria. Teeing the ball up to kickoff, Andre Marquez. Back deep for Cabrillo, Marcelli, and Davis.
Foul is taken by Marcelli at the 6-yard line. Marcelli up across the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Conquistadors. The ball spotted at the Cabrillo 28.
Okay.
Cabrillo now with 6 minutes to put 2 tallies on the board.
In the fourth quarter, Tascadero still leads Lompoc 12-10 in their game at Lompoc.
Gill and Morgan wide to the right. Wilson to throw. Mike Gill. And Mike Gill was running before he was catching. It goes through his hands at the 40-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
When he let that ball go through his hands, he was lucky there wasn't an interception because there were 4 Saints around him. Ball a little high, but it was catchable.
Walton is up across the 35-yard line to the 36.
Well, certainly mistakes have hurt the Conks here tonight. 2 fumbles, and both times the Saints have marched in with the touchdown. And they lead here late in the ball game. 5:20 left to play with the clock running, 21-7.
3rd down and 2 for the Conquistadors. On the keeper, Wilson will be very close to the 1st down. 1st down, Cabrillo, the ball at the 39-yard line. Tim Smart, Tim Morgan comes to the right. Wilson wants to throw. The pass intercepted. Intercepted at the 33-yard line by number 82, Mark Bachman. Bachman having a fine night in that defensive secondary.
Well, you can attribute number 76, Ron Prober, for that because he got the big paw up got his hands on the ball and deflected it, allowing it to ball to go awry. So it'll be Santa Maria's ball now, 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line of the Conquistadors.
So the Saints having nothing but breaks, and I have to believe they've been making their breaks, causing the fumbles, now an intercepted pass. Wayne Dudley, Steve Pyro grabs him at the line of scrimmage. Dudley maybe gets one.
Clock running with 4 minutes, 15 seconds left to play in the ball game, and the Conks trailing by 14.
25 carries for the junior, Dudley. The Guzman goes wide to the right. It's 2nd down and 9. Dudley again. And Dudley with great leg strength runs through Steve Pyro and is finally pulled down by Scott Duncan. Brewer and Mike Sullivan having words.
Not Brewer. Brewer very wise. He turned and ran away. He's leading in this ball game, 21-7. He's not angry with anybody.
Dudley once again. Dudley down to the 23-yard line. The 33-yard line, rather. And it's close enough for the measurement.
Well, with 3 minutes left to play in the ball game, Gene, I'd say he would have to take a double miracle now for Cabrillo to even tie this ball game, much less come back and win it.
Santa Maria would have to do something really awful. They'd have to throw the bad interception or perhaps make the same kind of play that gave Santa Maria their go-ahead touchdown. That's a fumble that could be returned for long yardage like Jeff Jeffries did in the 2nd quarter.
Do you really believe we're going to see Eames throw the ball anymore tonight?
I would really be surprised. I think they're going to give the ball to Wayne Dudley, and then they're going to come back and give the ball to Wayne Dudley. And then if Dudley's in the game, they're going to give it to him again. 1st and 10 at the 33. Who else but Wayne Dudley down to the 30-yard line.
What's that now, 27 carries for him?
27.
You think he'll get a good night's sleep tonight, Gene?
I think he's going to wake up sore in the morning. Four-yard gain. It's 2nd down and 6. At the 29 for the Saints. Wayne Dudley. This time, Scott Duncan. And Mike Sullivan loses his poise. Sullivan has played poorly on the last 3 plays and finally lets it get away from him.
Well, he tried to get that penalty for the last 3 plays. He finally got it.
I don't know if Mike knows it or not, but he can't afford this with 2 minutes left in the ball game.
I think he's been put out of the ball game.
Quite frankly, I think he should be. He picked that one. He went out of his way. He and number 34, Robert Brewer, have been having words for the last 3 plays. And Sullivan got up, did a little extra pushing in the last play on the pile-up, and this time went out of his way to pick a fight with Brewer. Finds himself ejected. A lack of poise. You might have to lose, but you don't have to lose your respect and your poise at the same time. So it's 1st and 10 at the 15 for the Saints. The give now is to tailback Phillips, replacing Wayne Dudley. And we have another penalty. This time, I believe it'll go against Pyro. So Cabrillo now, in many ways, playing out of control.
Well, that particular one they called there, and well, they should have. They wouldn't have called that earlier in the ball game, and they wouldn't have called it if they hadn't had just that confrontation just a little while ago with Sullivan. It wasn't that flagrant a foul, although, like I said, they had let him get away with that several times earlier in the ball game.
That'll put the ball at the 9-yard line. And Cabrillo will call a timeout. I'm sure Coach Bob Radford, among other things, wants to talk to his people about playing with some poise and some maturity.
We make excitement, showtime excitement.
We make music excitement with the best in rock. The Fall Concert Series continues with the hottest names in rock. backed by popular demand. Culture Club and Cyndi Lauper are just some of the rock and roll stars featured in Showtime's own Best of Rock of the 80s. We'll have you rocking in your seat and dancing to the beat.
You took a because we made excitement.
1 minute and 50 seconds remaining. Cabrillo trails by 14. The score is 21-7. And the Saints, having remembered that they didn't do anything in the second half the first time these two teams met, have been nothing short of the controlling factor here in the second half. They have done pretty much what they wanted to do. They have taken the ball away from Cabrillo 3 times in the second half. And the Conquistadors never able to put anything together in their offense outside of the very first offensive play.
Well, the big thing, too, is that they took the ball away 3 times, but they capitalized on it twice, going in and scoring the touchdown. So that's the big point there, is that they were able to take advantage of the turnovers.
And this could be another right here. They're threatening the ball down on the... It's hard to tell the line markers. We're down on the 6-yard line of where it's marked.
Of course, this will look good in the papers, but, you know, this will be incidental now. The lights are out, the party's over.
Yep. So it'll be the Saints next week against the winner of Beverly Hills, Antelope Valley. And I would think probably Beverly Hills the favorite in that ball game. Mike Ames on the quarterback keeper is into the end zone from 6 yards out. Mike Ames takes the ball to the tailback and took it himself 6 yards for the touchdown.
And not a soul knew he had that football on the Cabrillo team. No one on Cabrillo's team knew he had that ball.
And it's a completely different Mike Ames than we saw early in the preseason. He's just played an outstanding game of quarterback. He's thrown the ball well, he's moved the team well. But of course, player of the game has to go to Wayne Dudley.
Well, certainly, hands down, he's the player of the game, of this game. On the sideline now, Dudley.
Number 12, Andre Marquez in for the point after attempt.
Offside.
Right now, they're playing to instill fear into the hearts of next week's opponent. Cabrillo, number 2 ranked, coming into the CIF playoff. And the score with 1 minute, 45 seconds remaining. Cabrillo, Santa Maria 28, Cabrillo 7.
Discount Furniture of Lompoc discounts quality major brand new furniture and mattresses 365 days a year. There are 6 reasons why you'll always save money. No fancy showrooms. No high-paid executives. No fancy fixtures. No expensive equipment. No home office to support. And no commission salespeople. Beautiful name-brand furniture at discount prices. Visit Discount Furniture, 908 North 8th Street in Lompoc.
A minute, 45 seconds left to play in the ball game. Santa Maria leads now 28-7, and it'll be Marquez to kick off for Santa Maria, and Davis, Marcelli deep for the Conquistadors. So Santa Maria will go on now to play the winner of the Antelope Valley Beverly Hills ball game next
Kenny
week.
Walton at the 13-yard line. Or Mike Marcelli, rather. Marcelli up to the 34-yard line. First and 10, Cabrillo. Cabrillo now playing for respectability. It would be unbelievable if they could pull out 3 touchdowns in the last 1 minute, 38 seconds. So they're playing now for respectability. Fitz Wilson, in his last football game for the Conquistadors, hobbles in for the last series, and he has not been whole all night long. Wilson to Timmy Morgan, and Morgan drilled by Freddie Phillips out of bounds at the 45-yard line. And Wilson still down on the turf.
Now for the first down, we have 1:18 seconds left to play.
2 seconds remaining in that ball game. Thompson is about to attempt a field goal.
The ball at the 45-yard line. It's 1st and 10 with 1:18 remaining in the ball game for the Conquistadors. Wilson again looking for the big tight end, Duncan. And Duncan is across the Santa Maria 40-yard line to the 39.
And we had a flag thrown late. And it'll be a clip, I think, called on number 26 of Cabrillo, Tim Smart. So when it rains, it pours.
We're going to have a dead ball penalty.
They were gonna kick a field goal. I don't hear it yet. A fifth one.
So the penalty will move it back 15 yards, a dead ball penalty. So it'll be the first down. 11-yard pass play to Scott Duncan, the senior tight end. And then
in the Lompoc game, with 2 seconds left to play in the ball game, Pat Thompson is about to attempt a 28-yard field goal. If he makes it, it'll be 13-12. Lompoc, and they'll go on to third-round action also. If not, it'll be 12-10 Atascadero. But this ball game here, 28-7 with 1:10 left to play, and it'll be Cabrillo's ball, 1st and 10 to go from their 46-yard line.
1:10 and counting here left in the ball game. Pass again for Mike Deal. And the play broken up by number 43, Scott Smith.
Well, I've just had an update. Atascadero will go on to the third field. Thompson missed the 28-yard field goal, so Cabrillo, Lompoc loses their game 12-10. And with a minute left to go here, it'll be Santa Maria leading in the ball game 28-7. So it'll be Atascadero and Santa Maria moving on, in both Lompoc and Cabrillo out of the CIF playoffs.
2nd down and 10 for the Conquistadors. They trail 28-7. Santa Maria, the number 3 team out of the Northern League, moving on. They've toppled 2 first-place teams, and they've controlled it all the way here tonight. The shovel pass, and Wilson drilled by number 74, Dewey Erickson, just as he shoveled that off up the middle. And it falls incomplete. It's 3rd down. .55 seconds remaining in the ball game. And while the Conquistadors are going to lose it, we sure have to pay tribute to this team. They've had a fantastic season. They'll end at 10-2, a record season for the Conquistadors. Wilson to throw the ball again over the middle. Throws it behind Mike Deal, and it falls incomplete. Brings up a 4th down with 50 seconds remaining.
Well, as you say, Gene, they've had a good season, and this has been probably the most successful season that Cabrillo has had in a long time. They win the Los Padres League Championship. They go on and play in two rounds of CIF playoffs. So certainly Cabrillo can look back on this season and with some degree of gratitude and acceptance by their schoolmates. Santa Maria has called their last time out. We have 50 seconds left. Santa Maria leads in the ball game 28-7. And next week it'll be Santa Maria against the winner of the Antelope Valley Beverly Hills game at a neutral site. So they will be playing at a neutral site, and the site will have to be announced also. Atascadero will go on and play the winner of the Canyons game, I think.
Atascadero, the Greyhounds, with a great CIF tradition. playing for the first time in the Northwestern CIF Conference and are making themselves known. 4th down for the Conquistadors. The quick pass is to Timmy Morgan. And Morgan is stopped short of the first down and will go over on downs to the Saints. And we have another penalty flag. It'll be called this time on John Roberts, who has lost his poison. That was almost a good block. The whistle had not blown. The play was not dead.
I question.
Called a lot by Coach Barney Ames.
I question that call, really.
That one might have been just in case, because the whistle had not blown. The play was still in action, and it was a legal block on the man that he hit. Coach Barney Ames, standing right there, immediately erupted, as did the Saints. But there is no doubt John Roberts meant it to be just what it was.
Oh, yeah. So they'll mark off 15 yards against the Conks. 42 seconds left to play now.
First down for the Saints. The ball at the 37-yard line.
So now Santa Maria will take over on downs. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Saints from the 37-yard line of the Conquistadors. 40 seconds left to play in the ball game. And more than likely, we'll just see Eames drop back and fall on the ball. Clock
21
running.
seconds and counting. Santa Maria wins the ball game by a score of 28-7. They'll not have to snap the ball again. And Santa Maria with a well-deserved win. They took the ball away from the Conquistadors 3 times in the second half and turned 2 of them into touchdowns, turned 3 of them into touchdowns.
So there
the ball game ends. It's the Saints 28, the Conquistadors 7. And the Santa Maria Saints, as we mentioned so many times, will go again next week against the winner of Beverly Hills Antelope Valley ball game. We'll be back with final statistics and a wrap-up after this.
Almost 105 years ago, only 4 years after Lompoc Valley was settled, G.W. Moore's store, now known as Moore's Department Store, began serving the Lompoc Valley. The relatively few items in the general store has since expanded to include the latest fall fashions for men, as well as boys, teens, toddlers, and infants. The collection of sportswear and dresses are complemented by the finest accessories. The linen department offers unique gift items, with emphasis this month on a department-wide clearance sale. Remember, your Moore's charge card makes shopping even more convenient. Creations for You by Moore's Department Store in downtown Lompoc.
It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's. It's a good time for the great taste. Gotta get a bite. Gotta get going to just one place. Got a McDonald's appetite. It's a good time for the great taste. It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's. Let's go!
Santa Maria Saints 28, the Cabrillo Conquistadors 7. And Ernie, we saw a lot more Santa Maria Saint ball team than we thought we'd see.
Well, we certainly did. They came out and they just played an outstanding ball game, I thought. When you talk about Cabrillo, their offense, if you saw the first play, then you'd seen their offense. They scored on the first play from scrimmage and didn't do very much after that. Although, as you were saying up there, the stats show that Cabrillo, I think, actually outgained Santa Maria. But Santa Maria's running game was awesome. Their passing game was adequate, I thought. And we were talking earlier about Eames. He's a better quarterback than he was when he played Cabrillo earlier this year.
Mike Ames showed a lot more maturity and his arm. He's got 20 yards more on his arm than he had when Cabrillo played him the first time. Especially the pass to Lewis that went for 53 yards. Hit him right on the numbers, and Lewis was off and running. And then Ames showed a little speed, a little quickness of his own down, scoring his touchdown from 6 yards out. Santa Maria in the second half didn't get many yards, but then again they played the whole half on Cabrillo's end of the field.
Well, you can't get very many yards when you're getting the ball at the 30 and 35-yard line. So as you say, they didn't move the ball, didn't have to, but they put it in the end zone 3 times in the second half. And all year long, Cabrillo has not been a second half ball club, except the game they played against Santa Maria.
So the Conquistadors will end their season with 10 wins and 2 losses, and they can't be at all disappointed. Of course, they're disappointed in losing here, but when they look back at this season, they can't be anything but proud and hold those chins up.
Well, they will have to. This is certainly going to be a highlight in Cabrillo football. This is the best ball club that I've seen up there in quite a while, and they have some people coming back next year, or nucleus, that they're going to be able to form a team around, and I look for them to have a pretty fair ball club for years to come.
Take a quick look at numbers. For Cabrillo, 108 yards unofficially on the ground, 288 in the air for a total of 396. That's just about right on for them. Santa Maria, only with 200 yards on the ground, 73 yards in the air with only 273 total yards, got outgained by 125 yards, but they put 4 touchdowns on the board, and that makes a whole lot of difference. Wayne Dudley just did a great job for Santa Maria. My gracious. He had 30 carries, 142 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Well, that's true, and Cabrillo moved the ball well, and as you say, the stats show they pretty much played their ball game, but you can't turn the ball over 3 or 4 times to expect to win a ball game. And I think that was the key to this ball game. They turned it over 4 times in the second half that Santa Maria recovered, and Santa Maria capitalized on 3 of them and carried them in the end zone. So Cabrillo pretty much beat themselves, I thought, in the second half.
So it's all over now for the Cabrillo Conquistadors in CIF play. That means it's all over for us. Santa Maria Saints go on and take on the winner of the Beverly Hills Antelope Valley game. And Atascadero, the number 2 team out of the Los Padres League, defeating the Lompoc Braves by a score of 12-10 tonight. And they'll go on and play the winner of St. Bernard Canyon ball game in the quarterfinals. So for us, it's all over until basketball season. We'd like to invite you to join us here in Group W Cable, Channel 21, for Cabrillo High School basketball. And that should be an exciting season as well, right here on TV 21. For Ernie Hutchinson, I'm Gene Lynch. Good night until January.
Discover how